First time since 2013, the Reds have begun their year 12-8. They share the top shelf in the Central with the Pirates at the day start. This is the 9, brought to you by St. Elizabeth Healthcare. Lefties loaded on high, including Will Benson filling in for Matt McLean. Just the second day off in the starting lineup for the Mac attack. Suarez, the DH. Lowe gets a second straight start. He and Stevenson both hit the ball hard yesterday. They have to contend with the right-hander who has not yielded a home run this year in Taj Bradley. Corners pinch for T.J. Friedel. And you believe there should be a singular philosophy of the hitters.
Yeah, I think for a guy like Bradley, straight over the top with that fastball, you hunt heaters as much as you possibly can and take everything else. Make him throw the off-speed stuff over the plate.
And Friedel lofts this to center. Later start for Kreidler. He has it.
Because the consistency for Bradley throughout his career has not been the ability to throw the breaking ball, curveball, or split finger over the plate. He's thrown a lot of fastballs over the plate, but they've gotten hit.
Tends to throw that split more to lefties, cutters more to righties.
Try to force him back into that old mentality.
Will Benson. And Benson was 0 for 2 in the game last night. Hasn't been in that second position very often, just 12th time in his big league career. Rides this ball to right. Austin Martin. A couple of quick outs. Defense for the Twins has been wanting. Larnach, Kreidler, and Martin. Buxton the DH today. Gray, Lee, Keyshaw, Bell, and Jeffers. Ryan Jeffers caught stealing numbers. Not good this year. Second worst pop time of the game to his teammate, Victor Caratini, and a decent number of wild pitches while catching on his career. Got a splitter guy on the mound who begins De La Cruz with a fastball wide. Ellie doubled, walked, and scored yesterday. He's been on base in all but 2 of the team's 20 games this year. And he's currently, Cowboy, on pace for a 40-40 year. 49 home runs and 41 stolen bases.
Well, he's gotten himself off to a pretty good start, especially from the right side of the plate.
Feels like temperature of 30. Some bright sunshine, but some swirling winds that are up to 20 miles an hour. And you saw that circle effect right before the game started.
Yeah, you can tell that the wind is a little different than what you see from the flags above. Different inside the ballpark, I should add.
Popped up by De La Cruz. Gray into foul ground. The Reds go fairly quickly. 1-2-3. Andrew Abbott. The Twins own first place in the American League Central, winners in 8 of 11. Byron Buxton, the DH today. Martin, Bell, Jeffers, Keyshaw, Larnach's first nod of the series. Lee, Kreidler, and Gray, who has had power in the minors, has not really shown it yet in the majors. They have contended with lefties galore. Today, Andrew Abbott is the 13th left-handed starter to oppose the Twins. Now, batting average against is what jumps to me. There's only one man in the majors with as many innings as Abbott that has a worse batting average against. That's Mike Burrows of Houston.
Well, I think when Abbott is at his best, he's able to get ahead at the bottom of the strike zone. He's able to put away at the top of the strike zone. And it looks like that's where he's trying to get to right now, right out of the chute. Try to establish that down and away here to some of these right-handed hitters.
Big cut for Buxton, who had a base hit and a walk yesterday. He has excelled at home early this year. OPS just under 1,000 at Target Field.
When you're down in the strike zone, even when you just miss off the plate, the hitter is looking down there. They can't really tell the difference between the fastball and the breaking ball. When you bring the ball up mid-thigh towards the belt, they can see it all.
Fought toward right, longer runs, and it falls just foul. Neither Hines nor Stewart or Lowe could get in the range of that ball, and also told you a bit about these winds that seem to push it a bit.
Wind was really a non-factor last night, but it is certainly blowing here today.
Our StatCast 3D from Google Cloud. Now, you called it, Cowboy. Their arrows going in a lot of different directions there.
Swirly.
Two and two on Buxton. Reaching swing. He chases the change away.
Get the hitter to look down early, finish him up late, or vice versa. But if you can change the eye levels, you can really put an aggressive hitter in a bind.
Now Austin Martin been on base at a .500 rate this year. That includes a hit and a walk yesterday. Twins walk a good amount, and he leads the team. He's got 13 walks drawn this year. Pitch did get away from Abbott right before we rejoined you, and it got home plate umpire Nick Lentz in a tough spot. Velocity noticeably down a bit for Abbott. He's down nearly a mile an hour on that fastball.
I think he's just trying to find that rhythm at the bottom of the zone, trying to find that spot. I think things will pick up as you move along.
(3-1). And there's a walk drawn by Martin. Defense for the Reds, some differences. Will Benson's third start of the year in left field. Friedel and Hines. Sal Stewart had not played second base in the bigs until he got the start there a week ago today. Turned a couple of double plays as the pivot man against the Angels. Who is that masked man? Josh Bell was aggressive. A lot of swings early yesterday. Takes ball one. Finished 2 for 4. And last year he had a real slow start to the season. Hit just a .137 between March and April. Rest of the way, a far more solid .265. Up and away. He saw 7 pitches and 4 ABs yesterday. That's what he's done lifetime against the Reds. Most homers, most hits against any one team. Larger lead for Martin. Right side with eyes and bounces through. Hines comes up, throws to second, and just back standing Austin Martin.
It's quite the aggressive turn from Austin Martin. I thought he was heading for third. And he put on the brakes in a hurry.
He might have then remembered it's Rhys Hines who has a cannon in right field. Ryan Jeffers, who has hit lefties well lifetime, .271, OPS of .850 against left-handed pitching. Strike one for Abbott. Twins entered the series baseball's best team with men in scoring position. They went 0 for 4 yesterday and fell to second. Up and away. catching up at first base. They were teammates last year with the Nationals. Good changeup. The Twins did seem susceptible to the change. That was Williamson's best pitch last night.
And the Twins adjusted a little bit as the game went on, but I thought Williamson was able to mix it up enough to keep the changeup valid.
Defensive swing.
He took that right out of the mitt. You talk about emergency. Pull the cord.
Two. That's lined left center. That's trouble down to the gap. That's going to be a couple of runs. Martin scores. Bell giving the wave. A sprint to third for Jeffers. 2-run triple.
Great adjustment from one pitch to the next by Jeffers. But the difference in the pitch location helped Jeffers tremendously. The first pitch where he had the emergency swing was down right around the kneecaps. That pitch was up above the belt.
So in the opening inning, it's infield in for the Reds, down 2. They plated 2 total runs yesterday for the win. Luke Keyshaw 0 for 4 yesterday. Struck out, bounced into a double play. Takes ball 1.
Well, you hear starters a lot of times say, I'm going to work into the game. Right now for Andrew Abbott, he is in the midst of the game. There is no working into it. After that ball into the gap, it's game on.
And it seems like he's had a few changeups like that last one, arm side away to righties. Yeah, his walk numbers are not that different from his career, but it feels like the misses in command have resulted in contact and hits.
Well, and a lot of that is just pitching behind in the count.
And 5 batters faced. He's only had 1 first pitch strike today so far.
And I think that was the ultimate key to the All-Star season last year for Abbott. He was constantly pitching ahead in the count.
3-1. Called strike. Hang in there for a bit. The last 3 years, when the opponent has had men in scoring position, Abbott sensational in 24 and 25. A rough start this year. A lot of that's been ground ball contact. Some of it has been soft. Some of it has been scorched. This is a good long AB by Keyshaw. Abbott already at 25 pitches and counting first inning. Fought shallow right, low over the shoulder. Nice play. That saves a run.
Big fella. That's what I'm talking about. Still got a little agility in those feet. Do a little Willie Mays style catch there going backwards. Hurry, hurry. I got it.
That's the Reds tight end.
First down.
So now Trevor Larnach left on left. Pinch hit and walked in the 7th yesterday. With the left-handed hitter, left-handed pitcher, we saw a very large lead by the catcher Jeffers. Hayes plays a little deeper and off the line at third base. Now Larnach coming off a career-high 17 home runs last year. He does have power.
It did not appear that he was too keen on either of those breaking balls from Abbott.
You going back to it?
As long as it's not in the zone.
Fouled away on a breaking ball.
The problem that you have throwing 2, 3, sometimes 4 breaking balls in a row, you know the hitters, if you know the hitter has that weakness, the problem is, can you execute it 3 or 4 times in a row? Or is it just going to spin out of your hand and then they smoke it?
And sometimes to help yourself, you got to throw the fastball.
Sometimes it's better for your psyche. Just throw a fastball, throw it way off the plate, knock the guy down, do something else, and then go back to the hook.
After that heater away, fastball called a miss.
And you could see Abbott this entire inning. He is really trying to pitch at the bottom of the strike zone, and that's where he had so much success last year. But right now, that's been so foreign to him, he's having a hard time hitting that spot consistently.
Full count.
That's part of just being in that constant mental and mechanical rhythm. When you get to the mound, you can kind of see in your mind before you ever make the pitch where you want it to be.
33rd pitch of the inning is fouled back. This is a lot of work for Abbott in the first frame. This will be the 8th pitch of this AB. He had him 0-2. And he puts him away. Backward K. Twins played a pair as Jeffers triples home 2. At any Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky Toyota dealer. Sunshiny day here in Minneapolis. First pitch to Sal Stewart misses in. Stewart got aboard twice yesterday. Base hit, reached on error, scored a run and stole a bag. The Red Star rookie has shown pop, and he's also been clutch. He is their best bat with men in scoring position by a lot. In that way, the cleanup spot is fit like a glove for Stewart 20 games into the year.
Be patient, young man. Be patient.
3-0. And there's a 4-pitch walk.
And that's how you get yourself right back into the ball game and really put some pressure on a guy like Taj Bradley, as we talked about when the game began. Take the off-speed stuff, make him get the fastball over the plate, and it doesn't matter what the count is or who you are. That's what you're after today.
Hey, Eugenio Suarez, 2 hits, including a 2-run double yesterday. He is the subject of our Kia player profile. His last 9 games, he has been hot. One at one.
Didn't have to be.
Yanked up and away by Bradley, who has been blowing into his bare right pitching hand very often.
Well, that's part of the reason that you force Bradley to make the adjustment. Let his brain spin a little bit. Let it get a little crazy in his own head, and you do that by forcing him to get the ball over the plate.
Healthy cut by Suarez. Now, Suarez has seen him a decent amount. He's 3 for 8 against him with a couple of homers. Bradley has only faced the Cincinnati team once. That was his 2nd career start and win. Came at GABP early in 23. Bounced home. Stewart took a couple of strides. That was blocked by Jeffers, who does not block great. Keep that in mind throughout this start for Bradley.
Against a pitcher like Bradley, if you're over aggressive, you will strike yourself out. It won't be the pitcher that strikes you out. You'll strike yourself out by swinging at pitches like that.
3 straight 3-ball counts for Bradley. Payoff is sailed to right center. Martin 1 down. Now, last night, the Reds hammered a couple of pitches that went for outs, tracked down both by Byron Buxton. Nice plays in center. I think the best batted ball was the man at the plate, Nate Lowe, his line out in the 7th inning.
Yeah, he ran Buxton right into the wall out there just to the right of the 403 sign.
Upstairs strike. So that's what Bradley can do with that split. When it's down, he gets chase. In the zone, a lot of hitters surprisingly take it for a strike. And when there's contact, it's often soft ground balls. Now, between pitches, Stewart has been stabbing his front foot, shaking his shoulders, seemingly trying to grab the attention of Taj Bradley. Oh, 2. Bradley's 25 years old, born in L.A., but grew up in Greater Atlanta, Stone Mountain, Georgia. He was mostly a position player, catcher and outfielder at Reedon High School, the alma mater of 2026 Reds Hall of Famer Brandon Phillips. In the dirt, Jeffers handles. Bradley turned down South Carolina to sign with the Rays with Tampa, 5th rounder in 18. But did not pitch great in the bigs with Tampa. Was a deadline deal for steady reliever Griffin Jacks. Pitched very poorly for the Twins last year and has been a totally different hurler so far this season. Lowe give it a good AB. Bradley, brief glimpse at Stewart. To left field, that could be trouble. That is down, fair, base hit. Stewart sprinting for third. Low backside going to second, and he'll take it. Sal Stewart saw the seam and ran on Larnach first to third, and Lowe backfills into second.
Yeah, that did not look as though Larnach was real comfortable going after that ball. He put his hand on the wall before he actually reached down to get the ball. And that extra 2 or 3 steps as he was slowing down to get the ball as it rattled over towards the wall allows Lowe to take second base.
And now Tyler Stevenson, who also ripped a line drive out to center yesterday.
Here we go.
This is to center. Kreidler has it. Tag at second. Throw goes towards second. Sac fly RBI. Stewart scores. It's a 1-run game.
Yeah, that's a really nice play for a fellow who was slotted at third base last night. He got on that ball in a hurry. I thought it was going to tail away from him the way the ball was hit. I'm expecting to see a third baseman running out there, and Kreidler showed a little extra burst.
So not a Reds hit with a man in scoring position, but they get the RBI. Now Rhys Hines, who has not yet hit in the bigs this year. 0 for 10, 5 strikeouts, seeing very few fastballs. If you're only counting the true fastballs, the 4-seam, the 2-seam, he has now seen 41 pitches, 8 fastballs. A lot of breaking stuff, a lot of change-ups. I almost wonder, Cowboy, if he were to just take, might he need to walk before he can hit? How many actual strikes is he seeing? That's popped up. Brooks Lee. Reds get a run back. Leadoff walk by Stewart. Stevenson helps.
There's always the effort level can be raised. There's always like a panic button, but you want to stay away from that as much as possible. You just want to keep being who you are day in and day out. You know you're good. You know why you're here. You know you're in the spot you're in because of all the hard work you've put in before, and I think that really matters when you look back at things. And most of the time, the answers will come to the surface and provide them to you. And I think when we did a deep dive, I think it was really important to just kind of sit down with DJ and them and say, hey, this is what's going wrong and this is the reason why. And, in order to fix those results and fix what's going on is you're going to have to get better at this.
And that soundbite plays not only with the start to the season for Andrew Abbott, but coming off that first inning. Still plenty of time to settle into this game. He gets a lazy fly ball there. If anyone can figure it out, the thinking man's pitcher can in Abbott.
Had to work a lot in that first inning, 34 pitches, but far more efficient start to the second. A really bright young man. College time at Virginia, also absorbs and processes the game. From when he first arrived in the big leagues, Cowboy, you appreciated his adjustment and reading of hitters.
Yeah, I think he reads hitters well. But I also think that you can get to spring training and kind of go through the motions of just trying to get your arm ready, and you forget a little bit about location. And as he began the season after the Red Sox game, I thought he threw the ball well against the Red Sox. But after that ball game, he began to get the ball up. He was just throwing it rather than trying to locate those pitches. And today he started to get back down in the zone. Well, when you haven't practiced throwing down, the up pitch feels regular. And right now for him, he's got to get where that rhythm feels the most comfortable at the bottom of the strike zone. Because if he's down early for strikes, up late for balls, that's when he has his greatest success.
3-1. Line to third, beyond Ke'Bryan Hayes. That hits the sidewall, ricochets to Benson. A later break from first by Kreidler. Throw to second is still late. A career 140 hitter just scalded that ball down the left field line and stands in scoring position.
Looked like they were trying to get that ball in a little bit more than that. That stayed middle.
Almost 109 off the bat, first double of the year for Kreidler. So now Tristan Gray. Time with Tampa, Miami, Oakland, now Minnesota. Swing and miss. It's only the third first pitch strike the first time through for Abbott. Gray showed a lot of power in the minors. A couple of 30 home run seasons at AAA. He has 6 career major league home runs, 2 this year. One and two. Landed, strike 3. One of the better breaking balls we have seen today from Abbott.
Well, that's set up from that previous fastball, but look along the bottom of the zone. This is where that breaking ball ends up. That pitch is down. It's much more difficult for the hitter to decipher whether that's a strike or a ball at the bottom of the zone than it is up around the belt.
Buxton first pitch to third. Hayes, initial trouble. Buxton can run a bit, and that throw is still on time. Abbott works around the double. Some help from Hayes.
And throw, but he swivels the hips, plants both feet, and delivers the throw the only way he can get Buxton Gold Glove stuff.
Ke'Bryan Hayes, ground ball to short. He's now 3 for 48 at the plate. I also did not think Buxton was really running there. He's an over 29 feet per second sprint speed guy, one of the fastest in the game. That was at 26 feet per second. If he's running at his top end speed, I think he's safe.
We may have a bunch of warm clothes on, dressed up like a snowman. I've never seen a fast snowman in my life.
Olaf could be around somewhere. Upstairs to Friedel, who has flied to center. Twins just about all series have pinched the corners against Friedel. Bell's on the grass at first. And we saw Friedel square a few times yesterday. Did have one bunt try. Yesterday the Twins pulled everyone back at 3-0. Bell backs up here. Now it is 3-0. This is a take, right?
The Reds have done a good job being patient through the first 9 batters of the ballgame. They've got to keep that in mind as they move forward here against Bradley.
Now you had said that right from the start.
Right from the beginning. Make him throw the ball over the plate.
Full count. Friedel's been in a season-long funk that's been heightened some of late. He's now 2 for his last 27. Does not have an extra base hit yet this year. Oh, a nice grab, second deck on the ricochet. Lots of layers today. That's sent to left. Larnick. Brief word now from the Kia Telluride. Will Benson line to right his first time. Two and 0.
We've seen a lot of those counts here early. Starts to work on your brain if you're Taj Bradley.
Three and 0. Second straight hitter. More balls than strikes. He's been a strikeout pitcher this year, almost 12 per 9. He does not have a K today. His lone walk came around to score. Benson drops his bat, takes his base. Second walk drawn by the Reds.
Well, you can see the stuff of Bradley. It's quality stuff. But those teams that are striking out a lot against him are swinging from the time they get out of the dugout. And if you're an over-aggressive club and you're trying to hit your way aboard against this guy, you're going to run into problems because he is not a strike thrower consistently.
De La Cruz foul pop to third his first time. Now you mentioned, and we've seen it, how over the top Bradley can be. Gets a lot of backspin, but his four-seamer isn't that overwhelming fastball.
It's not a pull down fastball. It's more of a push.
De La Cruz has hit fastballs pretty well this year. Good wind. Flag showing left to right. Soft strike three. Punched out of the breaker. First K today for Bradley. 3. Andrew Abbott worked around a double in a scoreless second. He'll face 2, 3, and 4. Austin Martin walked and scored his first time. Two and 0. A lot of arm side misses. What are you seeing in that finish for Abbott?
Well, I think certain times you see him get finished with his hands back in the front of his face.
To short. Stabbing backhand bobble. De La Cruz got him. The arm makes up for the initial bobble. And they still retire Martin. And they want a challenge. Derek Shelton says, take another look.
Minnesota is challenging the out call at first base.
It's close. It's closer on the camera than what it looked like in live action.
I think he's going to be safe.
With the catch and then the bobble. That's that split second.
He's on the bag there.
If indeed he is safe.
The ball's not yet in the pocket. De La Cruz, a couple of errors entering today. Although in his defense, I don't think one of them should have been on him when he had that difficult throw from the outfield grass to first. And Stewart was off the bag. I would have been okay with hit there. Here we go.
After review, the call on the field is overturned. The runner is safe.
That's got to be an E6, right? It was hit hard, but not that hard at 97. So leadoff man is on. Here's Josh Bell, who has singled and scored. Abbott trying to change that timing. At Jim Day, the skipper, Terry Francona, is still trying to find ways to keep Abbott loose.
Yeah, I noticed that he was tight, particularly in spring training. Back when he was struggling in spring, after a really tough start, he went up to Abbott, walked up, put his arm around him, and said,
"That's a fair ball. Hit the bag for one. Tag play at second. Save." Ellie pointing at the bag. Are the Reds going to challenge? He was able to reach on a challenge that overruled an out call. Could the Reds erase him?
Yeah, I don't think they got him on the first swipe, but I think the second swipe he came off the bag and Stewart held the ball on him.
Reds are challenging.
Cincinnati is challenging the safe call.
Missed that first tag. But is the toe of that left cleat off the bag there? Yeah, he's off the base. He does not have contact there. Now, we have seen a few plays early this year where the sliding runner contended he was pushed off the bag, but there have been far more egregious situations than what this is, and that's part of his slide. His toe is continuing to drag forward. I think he's going to be out. I think this is a double play. Let's see if Jake in the video room can get a win for the Reds here and help Abbott out, get rid of that runner in scoring position. They're taught to keep that tag on, and I think that second tag try by the spinning Stewart got him after the foot broke contact.
Tell you what, that is awfully, awfully close.
I mean, it shows how hard it is to umpire,
yeah,
right?
And then you have to rule on whether the glove itself pushed the foot off the bag.
But I have seen a few plays already this year that have been seemingly more intentional and egregious. And to me, that's the runner's slide, and he's just trying to apply that tag.
After review, the call on the field stands. The runner is safe. Cincinnati loses their challenge.
I don't agree.
That's one of those plays that on Tuesday it can go against you, and on Wednesday it can go back for you. It's worth the challenge.
So it gets moved up and the ground ball out of the check swing. Jeffers 2-run tripled his first time. But apologies, Jim, you were talking about Tino and Andrew Abbott.
I'll never need to apologize for that. Spring training has a struggle, and he walks up to him, puts his arm around him, and says, you know what, pretty much stink right now. And it got Andrew to laugh. Even though you're struggling, we believe in your process and believe in you. So it was a moment where, like, I want to loosen you up, but I'm also going to deliver the message. It's time to pick it up. Now, unfortunately, that has carried over into the season, and they're still trying to loosen him up, but it's a very unique managing style of Terry Francona to loosen the situation up, but at the same time, deliver a message.
Appreciate that, Jim. And, you know, right after that possible double play on the challenge, Abbott continues to have issue falling behind on some of these hitters. Just the overall command that was so sharp. Baseball's hard.
See, that's a perfect delivery right there, because there's nothing to think about. You're not worried about the hitter hitting the ball. It's 3-0. You just rear back and let it loose. Bottom of the strike zone, bullseye, and that's the kind of mentality that you have to keep moving forward with.
Check swing. Did he go? No need for appeal. 3-2.
See, that's 2 pitches in a row for Abbott where they were aggressive with the delivery, and the mentality is, see if you can hit this.
Payoff to third. Hayes, that'll hold the runner.
Boy, that's a nice comeback by Abbott. It has not been pretty, make no mistake about it, here in this ball game this afternoon. But what I see from Andrew Abbott is a pitcher making adjustments over and over and over again, trying to get the ball down in the bottom of the zone, trying to use the bottom of the plate so that when he does go up, it's a pitch that he can get a strikeout with.
Keyshaw has popped out to first. First pitch, breaking ball for a strike. Earlier he had the punch out of the sweeper. That might have been his best curveball today. Martin off second, hopping to stay loose and warm. That's sent to right. Hines was shallow. He charges. Wave is on at third from shallow right. Hines fires home off the line. A sliding score for Martin, base hit Keyshaw. That's the Twins' second hit with men in scoring position today. It's a 2-run game.
Keyshaw really geared down on that swing, just trying to take a pitch away and shoot it through that second base hole. I mean, this is not his normal swing. He's just staying on it and just trying to shoot it through that side, hoping to get the run home, and he does.
It helped the Twins how softly it was hit. Runner goes, pickoff. Fire down to De La Cruz. Good tag. Pickoff caught stealing. Goes 1-3-6. Reds looking to get some runs back. Sal Stewart, Eugenio Suarez will be the first 2 Reds when we're back. He saw the pickoff. Does the hand hit the bag before the tag gets that left arm?
I'm afraid to say I believe so. Like the palm of that sliding mitt was already on the bag by the time De La Cruz made contact with the glove.
And he stays attached to that base the entire time. Before the first pitch to Larnach, Abbott ignited the pickoff. He guessed right. Keyshaw did go. There's a tough angle throw for Lowe.
Well, you can see Keyshaw take off. He's going on first move. He doesn't care whether you go to the plate or to first base. He's just trying to beat it. And that's what you're taught as a good base runner. If you break, and you keep going.
After review, the call on the field is overturned. The runner is safe. Minnesota retains their challenge.
Oh, steal, and now another man in scoring position. Derek Shelton wins that challenge. Abbott had to throw 34 pitches first inning. He's now ready for his 60th on the game. He was ahead of Larnach 0-2 in the first battle. Larnach brought it back full and then struck out looking. De La Cruz shades behind Keyshaw at second. Ball one. Right to De La Cruz. It's going to be fun to see their faces back. There'll be an upcoming Gym Day podcast release. First pitch Stewart, clean pick by Tristan Gray. One away. Taj Bradley aided by the one pitch out. He had to go full on Gino Suarez first time. He flied to right. Outfield plays him aggressively to pull. Kreidler shades heavily toward left center, while the right fielder Martin is playing that truer corner. So right center is very open. Oh, 2. Red showed a lot of patience last inning, got ahead often. Breaking ball out of the zone. Left side, off the backhand try of Lee. Bounces into left. Suarez goes to second. Larnach throw to second is laid. Hustle double for Gino Suarez. That was an aggressive set by Mike Napoli. Larnach has not looked clean at times in left.
Like a hanger, that ball stayed up middle in. Suarez didn't get it on the barrel, but he got enough of it, and because of the ricochet, Suarez was waved on to second base. Turn on the afterburners there at the end.
So he's got his third double of the year. Scoring position for Nate Lowe, who doubled opposite way his first time. A yanked miss by Bradley. This is only the second official AB with a man in scoring position for the Reds. Stevenson sac fly doesn't count, not an official at bat. Hines then popped out. Stranded Low at second. Popped up and into the seats, foul. He has some good takes. Fouled away.
See, those are the pitches that drive pitchers crazy. He's thrown a couple of balls that have been on the outside corner. They're not hit, they're just fouled off. And you think to yourself, if you're Taj Bradley, you know, I might be able to catch that inside edge here. But if you go to the inside corner and the ball runs back over the middle of the plate, they touch them all, cold or no cold.
He's the tying run at the plate. 2-2. Grounded to second on the backhand. Keyshaw. Suarez to third. Well, Tyler Stevenson saw one pitch, hit the ball pretty hard. Went for a more line drive sac fly. Got the Reds their only run so far. Gray guards the line at third base. Strike one. Likes to use that cutter right on right.
Splitter and cutter similar in their speeds. You got one in the cutter that is cutting away from the right-handed hitter, and the split is not only coming back but coming down off of that same plane.
And smacked over short base hit. Suarez scores. Scoop by Larnach. Stevenson, the 2-out ribeye. He plates a second run for the Reds. It's a one-run game.
Goes back to the cutter, does Bradley, and he leaves it right in the heart of the plate. A 2-strike pitch. Got a chance for a put away, and you just wrap it and leave it right in the middle for Tyler Stevenson to do some damage.
Reds hits yesterday all came with 2 strikes. A couple of 2-strike hits here. So they have 7 hits on the series, and 6 of them have been with 2 strikes. Hines has popped out. He's down quickly 0-1. And lifts this ball to more shallow left. From right field, Martin. Reds get another run back. 2 ribbies today. Games at home or on the go. Stay connected all year long. Subject to national exclusivities. Visit Reds.tv for details. Start streaming today. Lots of Reds gear out here in Minneapolis. Reds down a run in the 4th. Andrew Abbott facing bottom 3rd. Starts with Brooks Lee, who as a switch hitter is far more hunched when he's batting right-handed. A little more upright when he bats left-handed. You don't often see switch hitters with such contrast, maybe in results, but not always that look.
It's all in how you pick up the baseball out of the hand of the pitcher.
And Lee has flied to center today. He had entered with an RBI in 7 straight games. Entered the series, I should say. Did not knock in a run, went 0 for 3 yesterday. Fisted, popped to the seats. Full count. A lot of 3-ball counts for Abbott.
3-ball counts on both sides. It's been Not a whole lot of getting ahead in the count.
Right field, Hines. Brief word now from Miami Valley Gaming.
Get ready to get lucky at MVG. With over 2,200 of the best gaming machines, we got you covered.
Ryan Kreidler whistled a double down the left field line his first time. Now the flags have been swirling in all sorts of directions. The wind at times spills into our booth. Shade starting to swallow up part of the stadium. And I think one of the prettier sights, there's this large sheer alongside a parking deck just beyond the American flag at right. And as it ripples with the wind, it almost looks like you're watching the ocean. Waves lapping on the shore. This park opened, that was signage. They would put some kind of corporate logo out there.
Looks like flexible chicken wire.
Back on the farm. Appeal, no go.
But it does have quite an intriguing movement to it.
That's a really cool shot. Fouled back. And this is a pretty place, and I think the prettiest part of all is the limestone that makes up the dugout tops, the flower planters that hang over right field, over center field on top of the batter's eye. They make up each corner in foul ground. 3-2. It's Minnesota born limestone that's right on that front facing. Those 2 straight full counts for Abbott. And he loses Kreidler to a walk. It's his second walk issued today. Oh, way up high. That's similar to what the look is from our hotel rooms.
That's way up there.
Tristan Gray has struck out looking. Into center, Friedel coming on. Gray with a base hit. 2 on for the Twins.
Well, that's never good when you get the bottom of your order on the base pass with less than 2 outs, and you got the top of the order coming to the plate. That normally bodes well for the folks that are at the plate. Got some big pitching to do right here if you're Andrew Abbott.
Buxton has struck out. He is grounded out. Pickoff bounces, somehow saved by Sal Stewart. He had to sprawl and reach to keep that one from trickling to the outfield.
I think Andrew started to throw and then realized he shouldn't, and it was too late. It came out of his hand.
Softly to third. Hayes play at first. Buxton running a lot harder there. Ground ball out. Both men move up second and third. So first 2 times through, the first pitch strike rate for Abbott today just 50%. Career, he's around 62%.
Well, we're only in the 4th inning. But this could very well be your ball game. You give up a hit here, you're now trailing 3 again. And runs have come at a premium for the Reds this year. But you get it out here, it's still a 3-2 Twins lead, and you got a chance to allow the Reds to try to creep back in this thing.
Martin aboard twice, a walk and error. He has scored twice. That last run, of course, unearned. And that is the difference-making run from the 3rd inning. Center field, Friedel. Abbott strands them both.
Nice comeback.
The agency about to be null and void. A lifetime contract is coming after a pregame of hot dogs deep in the stands. A bunt by Ke'Bryan Hayes goes foul. I mean, that's a tight doubleheader there, Cowboy.
Depends on what part you're playing in the wedding.
If you're more of a bench option.
You're just a spectator. You can roll in there hot. They've already got their ties on.
That's pretty cool. Down to Hayes, appeal no go. Well, Hayes has certainly had some wanting luck. Not only his hard outs, but the other day he had a soft little flare that looked like it would fall that somehow got caught. When can he catch a break? 1-2.
Well, he had a base hit the other day. It was a line drive to right field, but the right fielder threw the runner out at second base.
Yep. Which means it cannot be a hit.
Can't be a hit.
There's an out on the play. Rolled routine to short. So his expected average, when you calculate how hard he's hitting it, the angle he's hitting it at, he should be a little north of 250. He is hitting .063. That's the biggest difference in the majors. Third time through now for Bradley. Now, very often it's Hayes batting ninth and Friedel leading off. So back-to-back, two guys that have really struggled. Friedel's 0 for 2 today. Up and in. Somehow missed him. That was close. Bell had been on the grass. He backs up even. Check swing. That's a strike. Bell backs up more dramatically with 2 strikes. Bradley likes to use that split against lefties as a finishing pitch.
I see it again here.
Takes the curveball.
Another 3-2 count. We've seen a lot of those combined here this afternoon.
And Friedel has worked 2 of them. And he skies this ball to shallow right center. Bradley. That ball danced a bit in the wind. At first it looked like Martin was taking command. Then watched it sail over to his center fielder. And one of the things Bradley's done best is avoid the long ball. At this stage, only Cam Schlittler of the Yankees has thrown more innings without allowing a homer this year. Gets strike one on Benson, who has lined to right and walked. Yeah, the Twins, in getting off to a first place start, it's been fueled most by their scoring. A lot of homers, a lot of hits with men in scoring position. But their top two starters have also been stingy, allowing home runs. And playing games where it feels like 30 can certainly help that. Two and two. Now, Bradley did give up a decent number of homers last year. Pretty good clip when he was with the Rays, a higher rate when he pitched to an over 6 ERA down the stretch, traded to the Twins. Grounded with eyes, that is through, base hit. Second reach today for Benson.
Went back to that curveball one too many times. This one out there where Benson can reach it. Trying to land it for a strike, and a lot of times when you have two strikes, landing a breaking ball for a strike is not a great pitch. You want it to be more of a chase than a land for a strike. That one lands in right field.
Ellie De La Cruz. Upstairs miss. And by the way, marks another two-strike hit for the Reds.
Well, even with the cold and the wind and the swirling and all of the things that have gone into the bad weather today, Ellie has the power to leave at any point in time.
Today he is foul popped to third. He struck out looking at a curveball right after he saw a pretty hittable fastball his last AB. Benson inches a larger lead. 2-1.
They're going to challenge it.
ABS powered by T-Mobile.
Pitchers call the ball. Catcher is challenging.
Our first ABS challenge today. That is a ball.
Just a bit outside.
So Twins have one left to lose. They are overplaying Keyshaw, the second baseman, shading De La Cruz to pull. Does he get a fastball here? 2-1. Bounce to Bell, foul.
You don't get any credit for keeping 2 feet in bounds in this game.
2-2. Well away. Benson takes off. Delayed steal.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
He read that well. It's now a base hit. Could mean a tie game.
That was a lost art for so long in the game of baseball, and the Reds have brought it back and executed it to perfection.
And he rips through a cutter, strike 3. Reds have stranded a man in 4 straight innings. Far away. Fans in attendance, a Grogu bobble thanks to Tri-Health. While supplies last, Reds.com/tickets. Andrew Abbott clearly still does not have his true command, and yet he has held the Twins to 3 runs. It is a 1-run game. His team has a chance to win. Bell over short, base hit. That's his second knock today. He's got 4 on the series. Abbott gave up up 7 in 3 innings last time out. Man on for Jeffers, who has a 2-run triple. He's also grounded out to third base. Looks like the Reds have a lefty up in their pen. Abbott closing in. Here is 85th pitch.
Good one.
Sam Maul. Two. And it's full. Shallow center, Stewart out. Hines from right. Now Luke Keyshaw stands in. RBI hit his last time. Later stole second. It looks subtle, but I feel like I've seen Abbott change just how closed he is on the mound at times. I seem to remember him more recently being more closed, particularly with the runner on.
When he's closed, he's hiding the ball exceptionally well, especially when it comes out as the fastball. Now the changeup and breaking ball location, the consistency of those in the strike zone is not quite there yet. But his delivery looks better today.
Sky to center. Friedel on the side step.
Execution of pitches, especially down in the strike zone. You can tell there was a concerted effort to get the ball at the bottom of the strike zone today with all 3 pitches: fastball, changeup, curveball.
Trevor Larnach has struck out looking. He is lined out.
The last line out was a bullet right back up the middle.
Hand signals between Benson and Friedel. It's fun to watch that communication. Each hitter stands in. Depends upon the situation, outs and runners. Ramon Borrego just gave hand signals in third, coaching for the Twins. Bell has had a very light lead. 3-0. This has to be one of the higher amount of 3-ball counts in a game for Abbott. He's done it 8 times today.
And we've had some 3-ball counts for Taj Bradley as well. Taj Bradley.
Popped up. Stevenson just missed that ball. Mike Napoli catching him on the rail. would assume a no play. But now full count. Bell will be off. Lowe now shades behind him. Left-handed batter. He'll be fading back on the pitch. Bell breaks. Down. Third walk for Abbott.
That's it.
And here comes Terry Francona. So Abbott fails to go 5. He'll leave with a couple of men on. The switch hitting Lee due up. Sam Maul ready in the Reds bullpen. We'll step aside. Reds down a run, but the Twins have chased Andrew Abbott. 2 on. Skyline Chili call to the bullpen for Sam Maul.
And Maul has been awfully good. I think the runs he's been charged with were actually given up after he had left the ball game. Most of the time he's saving everybody else's runs when he comes into the game, and that's exactly what he'll be asked to do this afternoon.
He's allowed 1 hit in his 9 1/3. Brooks Lee has flied to center, flying to right.
Got that low 3/4 delivery, changeup, sweeping hook, and a fastball that's got a little life to it.
Way in. Maul has hit a batter 3 times this year. The limited base runners have come far more often with walk and bruise than they have with contact. Lee has been a run producer, even though he's often in that bottom third of the Twins order. And the Twins have simply had way more chances than the Reds today. Cincinnati is 1 for 4 with men in scoring position. The Twins are 2 for 10. They have left men on base, all in scoring position, every inning entering this one. Two on for Derek Shelton here. 2-1. Up the middle, center field, base hit. Wave is on at third. Friedel from center. Throw goes toward the plate. Cut by Lowe. A safe slide home by Bell. It's a 12th RBI for Lee. Reds down 2.
Shortens the swing, shoots it right back up the box. Saw that earlier with Keyshaw.
Kreidler, hard double and a walk. Watches that frisbee sweeper for ball 1. Pierce Johnson has been up for a bit for the Reds. Maul still has to face at least one more man. For now, Tristan Gray is still the on-deck hitter. Two-one. Nice glove by Stevenson. Taj Bradley is at 84 pitches. So you got to think he's not just coming out for the 6th. He's been averaging about 100 pitches an outing. They got to be planning on him getting at least the next 3 outs. Bounced foul, full count. This will liberate both runners. Larnach from second, Lee from first. Runners go. Bound. There have been a few different food scents of late here, Cowboy. We had some sausage, peppers, and onions a bit ago. Now I think I smell some fried chicken right now.
Ain't got any fried chicken up here.
Maybe not of your usual ilk. We can try to hunt for it. Runners go, and a miss.
Look good.
Bases loaded.
Good down.
So left on left, Maul against Tristan Gray, who singled his last time. He's also struck out looking. This is a giant at bat. Can Maul keep it a 2-run game? Check swing. Did he go? Yes. 1-1. Strike 2. Maul home. Struck him out. Got the swing and miss, but the Twins had a run. 4-2 through 5.
Come on, Jim. I say play more and make more money. Let's play I'll play November and March. Another 60 games. Let's do it. What do you say? If it's snowing, if it's sleet, if it's freezing, if it's below 32, I'll take it. Below 0 Celsius. Shout out to Canada.
Shout out Celsius. Shout out Canada.
That is terrific. I miss Joey. Sal Stewart over shortstop base hit.
Reds have a little work to do. Good start.
Well, Stewart has led off an inning now 3 times. He's been aboard twice.
There's that cutter that stays up and out over the plate.
Eugenio Suarez, double and a run scored. Fouls back, strike 1. Each time today, the Twins have played him in the outfield the same, and the infield. Infield, a gross overplay to pull. Keyshaw just about straight up the middle. Now with 2 strikes, Kreidler hops to a true center. He had shaded heavily to left center. Look at it.
Wow.
Right on the edge.
Great pitch.
3rd strikeout for Bradley today. His first against a Red other than De La Cruz. Nate Lowe is doubled opposite way. He is grounded out to second. Justin Topa, who the Reds saw yesterday, is up in the Twins pen. One. Nate's dad, David, was a strong pitcher in his high school days, drafted by the Mariners in the 5th round, but decided to not just go to college, went to the Naval Academy, played football for the midshipman and later served as a fighter pilot. Longtime Navy PR man, SID, Scott Strassmeyer, friend of the broadcast, lifelong Reds fan. Just visited with Marty and Amanda Brenneman when they were out in Annapolis. Their granddaughter currently playing lacrosse at the Naval Academy. Two. Fought opposite way. Scott's kind enough to give me updates on the Reds minors very often. Shoots me a text during games. JJ Bleday, another home run last night at AAA. 2-2. Swung through, strike three. Back-to-back strikeouts for Bradley.
Fastball up middle.
Well, both Reds runs today driven in by Tyler Stevenson, sac fly and a 2-strike RBI single. Pretty nasty split there. I think Bradley knows he's coming close to the end of the road and he's letting it eat.
Letting it all hang out.
At the same time, I do wonder, how aggressive do you stay in the zone with Stevenson? Hines remains hitless so far this year in the big leagues. Stevenson has driven in both runs.
I don't even think Bradley knows it's Hines over there in the on-deck circle. He's just gripping it and ripping it.
Went too far there on a pitch cutting away. Time for Stevenson. Bradley home. Punched him out. (4-2), the Twins have the lead. Pierce Johnson represents the 77th appearance by a Reds reliever this year. That's the most in the majors. Top of the order, Byron Buxton. A couple of one-pitch groundouts to third. He's also struck out. That one gets by Key Brian Hayes. A Buxton base hit. He's been aggressive.
Looked like a breaking ball. It was. It stayed in the middle. And Buxton, as of late, has hit off-speed pitches much better than he has the fastball. It's part of the reason his average has begun to climb, and the fact that he's been dangerous over the last 7 days.
He's an efficient base stealer on his career. Austin Martin squares, pops that bump. Good 5 rows deep, caught by a fan.
Oh, if he had actually bunted that towards the right fielder, he may have had a double.
And we've seen similar contact on swings today at times. 0-1. Martin's been on twice, a walk and error. He's scored both times. He's also lined out to center. Hayes backs up some with 2 strikes. Time called by Martin. Called by Martin.
You know, you made the comment about the 77 times that the Reds have used, appearances as far as that goes. That before everybody jumps off the cliff thinking that Tito's going to burn up the bullpen before we get to May. I just think that the way that Tito uses his bullpen, he brings guys in, they pitch an inning, they're out. They come in, they pitch to a batter or two, they're out. They come in, and we've seen it time and time again with Ashcraft, Santillan, and Pagan, 7, 8, 9, 1 inning apiece. Now, being a former reliever, that's how you want to get used. And you have enough guys in your bullpen where they can all contribute in a variety of manners, whether it can't always be Ashcraft, Santillan, and Pagan if you're on a winning streak. You've got to have some other guys that can step up.
It's in strike 3. Are there different temperature settings on that?
Correct. There is a blue setting.
Oh,
see how
it's
it turns
color
the white
coded.
there?
Yeah.
And then there's another one that's blue.
Oh.
So, but I like the red.
Now this collar is also.
Yeah, it's heated all the way up through the top of my neck into my base of my skull.
So you've gotten Tommy on board with the vest, and our director Jen Harriger also wearing the same vest today.
Jen is smart.
Jeffers, a 2-run triple early in the game, as she at first went down the wrong route and got the wrong vest, and then she reached out to the wise advisor in the way of heated vests, the cowboy.
Karnak.
1-1. Sent to center. Friedel shading his eyes, trying to find that ball. He got it. A long fly ball
It's a
out.
2-run game. It's a 2-run game.
We've got the season covered. Visit MLBshop.com/Reds, the official source for Cincinnati Reds gear. The Reds are into the Twins' pen. We have a few changes highlighted by Justin Topa for a second straight day.
Well, this is where you want to be if you're the Reds offense. You want to get into the pen. More hits than innings pitched. Make it happen.
Rhys Hines leads it off. Cody Clemens is in to play first base. Appears to be a straight switch for Josh Bell. And Topa was the first out of the pen yesterday. Gave up a leadoff hit in the 7th, but was able to work around it. And that's smacked by Hines, his first hit this season for the Reds. Opposite way single. Tying run comes to the plate.
I think Topa had to run to the restroom when they were going through the scouting report, because he just threw Hines a fastball right down Broadway.
Got one and did not miss it. Ke'Bryan Hayes. He has grounded out to short twice. Hines has strong speed. We're talking Ellie De La Cruz caliber quicks. The right batted ball, he is the kind of guy that can score from first base. 2-1. But if the Reds are going to rally here, they get the leadoff man on, and their two most significantly struggling sticks due up. Hayes has had a hard start to the year, so is Friedel on deck. Hines goes. This pitch grounded to short. Only play at first. Sidearm throw on time. Igniting Hines avoids any chance at a double play.
That was tailor-made if Hines is not running.
Ke'Bryan Hayes, who has had so many fly ball outs this year, 3 ground ball outs today.
All to the shortstop.
Now Friedel, who has flied out 3 times. Tristan Gray appears to be frigid, hopping up and down at third base. He had his bare right throwing hand tucked in his back pocket. Returns to it here, each time between pitches.
Got to figure out a way to get Rhys Hines to the plate.
Reds are 1 for 4 today with men in scoring position. They are 2 for 12 with a man on base.
Topa may try to start that breaking ball down where that last fastball was, break it into the dirt, see if he can entice a swing from TJ Friedel.
A lefty warms. They have Cody Funderburk up, Will Benson on deck. I would imagine decent shot that Friedel is the last man for Topa, but if they make that move, I have to think Terry Francona would pinch hit. 1-2. Swung through, strike 3. Does Derek Shelton blink, or does he want left on left against Benson? Here he comes. Funderburk followed Topa in the game yesterday. He'll do so here. And it looks like Benson just got a low 5, and the Reds are going to respond. We'll step aside. Couple of changes. 2-run game. Cody Funderburk is the second man in out of the Twins' pen. And just like yesterday, he'll match up with the pinch hitting Dane Myers.
And it was a fly ball to center field for Myers in last night's ball game. 2 outs. That probably won't get it done. Not unless it's really long.
Funderburk had a 1-2-3-8 yesterday. That was the first time that Myers had ever faced Funderburk. Does that help him here and now?
Without a doubt.
Hines off second base. First pitch. Down and in, lost by Jeffers. Hines holds. Jeffers corrals it on the circle.
Backdoor cutter. It seemed to be the pitch that Funderburk used mostly in last night's game.
Check swing, tied him up. Called a swing at the plate. Funderburk was primarily a hitter when he arrived at Dallas Baptist University. Then he learned how to make pitches move. Nearly hits Myers. Did he get him? Yes. So that means Myers is on. The tying runs aboard, and Elly De La Cruz comes to the plate as the go-ahead run.
I hope Elly was watching that at bat as Myers was at the plate, because he will get the same types of pitches. The backdoor cutter, the bigger breaking ball, the slider, slurve type pitch under his hands. And don't you know that's what they're talking about right now?
De La Cruz this year by far his strongest batting right-handed. It had been a liability earlier in his career. He's hitting 10 points higher batting right-handed. He's nearly matched his home run total from all of last year.
And part of that is being patient and being able to shoot the ball the other way, letting that ball get a tad deeper.
Backdoor called strike. This is a leverage spot that De La Cruz, who has a big zone but gets burned on low strikes more than most. You got 2 challenges you can lose. 1-1. Did he go? No.
Fortunate. Got to know that he's going to try to get you to chase out of the strike zone until he has to come in.
Brock Burke is up in the Reds' pen. 2-1, sharply grounded beyond short, base hit. Hines waved home. Throw goes to second. De La Cruz delivers a ribby single. It's a one-run game.
Nice job by De La Cruz. Hit the ball sharply, put it in a good spot. You don't have to get them all back with one swing, but he doesn't let a pitch that's up and elevated pass.
And it also means the conga line moves on. Myers up to second. It's only 2 batters faced for Funderburk. And we get an ejection. Derek Shelton just got tossed.
Well, Shelton thought that De La Cruz swung at the pitch, and he is upset with home plate umpire Nick Lentz.
Because now Sal Stewart's going to get a shot against the southpaw.
I didn't say anything. I said nothing to you. I said nothing. You did not say that. I did not say that. No, that's it. I did not say anything to you. All I said was let's fucking go. No, that's bullshit. You did not. God damn it. I did. Come on. Let's go.
Well, Shelton clearly feels that whatever was claimed to have been said by him that he did not say. Vic Carapazza is the crew chief, third base umpire. Now getting an earful as well. So here's a huge chance. Reds within 1. Myers the tying run at second. De La Cruz the go-ahead run at first. And their hottest hitter, Sal Stewart, aboard twice today. A walk, a base hit, a run scored. Faces a lefty.
He will definitely be looking to shoot that ball into the right center field gap, especially on that backdoor cutter.
Miss.
And if you're looking to shoot that ball the other way, you don't even make a move at that pitch, and Sal Stewart did not make a move at that pitch.
To right field, some carry against the wall. Austin Martin, he had to wear it, and he takes it away from Stewart.
Wow. That ball was tagged. This ball is barreled. Spot. He hit the wall. Instead of finding the wall, he hit the wall, and then the ball went into his glove. He's fortunate that he caught it.
Brock Burke is in. Strike 1.
Normally you hit the wall and then your glove pushes back towards the ball and you slap it back to the ground.
The Reds had hit for Benson, so as they've often done, Dane Myers now takes over in center. TJ Friedel bumped over to left. And Myers had to make a few nifty plays later stage last night as well.
So you've still got some time left if you're in the Reds uniform. You want to be into this Twins bullpen. You are, and you got a couple more at bats left. Now you just got to keep them off the board.
Lined over a leaping Hayes, base hit. Friedel after it. Keyshaw up to second. Friedel just now lobs it in. A double for Luke Keyshaw, his second knock today.
Like a slider that just didn't do a whole lot, and he just hooks it right down the left field line.
It's now Trevor Larnach. A walk, a strikeout. He is lined to short. Strike 1 from Burke. through 0-2. Switch hitting Lee on deck. Benchman Mark Hallberg now making decisions for the Twins with the ejection of Derek Shelton.
Did you say Mark Wahlberg?
No, not Marky Mark. There is no Funky Bunch down there. Hallberg.
I was going to say, I knew he was branching out, but
could be a Calvin Klein guy. I don't know. 2-2. Topped foul.
It's the best breaking ball Burke has thrown in the inning there. First two sliders that he threw just were spinning on him.
Fouled away. Bounce back to Burke.
Nice job by Burke. Presence of mind to turn quickly and check Keyshaw at second base. You make a little bit of eye contact, sends him back to the bag. You always have plenty of time when the ball's hit back to you. You think you don't have time because of all the adrenaline rush when the ball comes right back to you. Perfect play.
Well, Brooks Lee, ribby hit his last time. Large lead for Keyshaw. Eric Orsi had been up last half inning. He's up again. Looks like he'll be in for the 8th. Good stop by Stevenson.
Gotta be alive over there if you're Nathaniel Lowe and Sal Stewart. All of the balls that Brooks Lee has hit today have been from center field to right field.
One.
You can see with the early breaking ball changeup combination from Brock Burke, trying to get Lee to roll over the top of it.
Again, Stevenson able to handle it, corral it. Full count. Runner goes 3-2, grounded foul. Keyshaw had a really good read.
Yeah, you could see him creeping off early. Did that a little bit prior to the last pitch because Burke is looking at him, and then as he turns his head, he's going to the plate.
Walked him. No, 2 on. Brief word now from the Kia Telluride. Well, 2 on for Ryan Kreidler. Hammered double and a couple of walks. He's been aboard 3 times today. Been a lot of balls on the ground or in the air to keep Brian Hayes at third base. Sal Stewart, limited reps.
Pitcher's called the ball. Catcher is challenging.
ABS challenge powered by T-Mobile. That is a strike.
Call's overturned. The count is 0-1.
Oh, baby Steve-O. That was all in the zone.
Reds now get a right-hander up in their pen. A look at second. Kyle Nicholas out there. Yeah, Kyle Nicholas. Keyshaw fakes. Into the bat pop. Infield fly is called. Stewart secures it. So 2 down. And here's a pretty big spot. 1-run game, 2 on, 2 out. Tristan Gray, left-handed hitter. If Burke loses Gray to anything other than walk-hit batter, could we see Nicholas against Buxton? Swing and a miss. We have not seen Nicholas in that kind of a leverage spot as a Red.
That would be a buckle your seatbelt moment.
Buxton's had some good ABs tonight. Burke trying to retire Gray, who is singled. And he's ahead 0-2. Fouled back. Just missed.
Great pitch from Brock Burke there. You don't want to leave anything on the plate after getting ahead 0-2. And this misses, I mean, just barely off the outside corner.
Two and two. Full count. Burke closing in on 30 pitches. Runners will go. Keyshaw off second, Lee off first. Payoff. Struck him out.
Oh, baby.
An inning that sported another challenge won by Tyler Stevenson. He's been one of the better backstops, 8 for 11 on challenges.
First inning, and that was the last time. They've had traffic on the base paths ever since. Now trying to put a few more on the base paths.
Eugenio Suarez has doubled and scored. Big cut, strike one. Defensive change. Trevor Larnach has not looked very good in left field today. He is out of the game. James Outman, who the Reds saw a lot in center field as a Dodger at times, is now into the game playing left. Swing and a miss. Poked softly foul. Horsey drafted by the Mets. It was the Jose Siri trade to Tampa and got traded to the Twins this last November for Jacob Kisting. The draft projections said that Horsey was likely to be a 10th rounder, but he got drafted in that shortened 2020 draft. There were only 5 rounds. He and his family still huddled by the phone, and he was drafted in that 5th and final round. Yanked by Suarez to left field. Just went out and got it. Base hit.
Every pitch in that at bat from Horsey was a split-fingered fastball. The speed never changed. So Suarez, even though this pitch is a ball, he goes out and gets it and hooks it right over the top of the shortstop's head because he was already balanced and prepared for the speed. Very similar to what we saw Byron Buxton do in game 1.
And when he guided that changeup over short. Nate Lowe takes a strike. He is doubled opposite way. Grounded out to second. Struck out swinging. Calls timeout here. Reds have been great in close contests. This has been nip and tuck most of the way. 0-2. Reds 9-0 at games decided by 2 or less. 5-0 in 1-run games. That's poked to right field. That's down for a hit. Suarez through second. Martin trouble with it in right. Suarez has third standing. A second knock for Nate Lowe. And the Reds have the tying tally 90 feet away with nobody out.
Another split finger. This one stays on the plate. And Lowe goes and gets it.
And a pinch runner is in. Matt McLean is in to run for Lowe. The Twins are going to play modified infield in. Tyler Stevenson has hit the ball hard today and on his year. He's got 2 ribbies today. Sac fly and a base hit. Struck out looking his last time. McLean a decent lead off first. First pitch. Strike 1. Oh, 1. Call to strike.
That ball's in. Maybe not.
Keep in mind, folks, for those unaware at home, we do not have the box that you have at home. Doesn't exist here. Former Red Taylor Rogers is up in the Twins bullpen. Infield shallow. 0-2. Down and away, and Jeffers early squeeze, more knocked that ball down.
Well, I think you have to keep in mind, and we talked about this when the game began, Jeffers and Caratini allow a lot of guys to run. Jeffers does not block the ball well, and with a split finger pitcher on the mound, when that ball hits the dirt from a split finger, you don't know where it's going.
Pickoff throw. McLean back in safely. McLean 3 for 5 trying to steal this year. Horsey does not have a charged wild pitch in his big league time.
Yeah.
1-2. Swung through the split, strike 3. So here's the biggest big league AB for Rhys Hines this year. Got his first base hit when he took a fastball the other way as last time. Infield still shallow. Fly ball could mean a deadlock. Runner off from first. No, just a fake swing and a miss. McLean started and took several big strides and then slammed on the brakes. In the air, center field. Suarez from third. Kreidler in medium right. Makes the catch just off the gap. Tagged by Suarez. Throw in. McLean takes off. Suarez scores. McLean in a rundown. That run's going to count. McLean gets tagged out. Runner cross first. So it's a tie game. I wonder if McLean was not just sneaking, but trying to get into that rundown.
I think he was doing that on purpose to make him cut.
Made sure the run scores. It's even. To center field. Suarez tagging up. Matt McLean wants to make sure that run scores.
And you're trying to force the cutoff man there, standing between the mound and the base path, to cut that ball and give Suarez every chance in the world to score. Kind of an insurance maneuver, if you will.
So now the biggest innings so far is a red for Kyle Nicholas in a tie game, top of the order. Misses to Byron Buxton. McLean stays in the game at second. Sal Stewart now has his first baseman's mitt on and the hoodie pulled up at first. Up and in. Command has been a concern for Nicholas. He entered with 5 walks and 3 1/3 so far as a Red. 2-0. Key Brian Hayes, no doubles at third. That's where Buxton's contact has gone 3 times. 2 groundouts ignited by Hayes and a base hit. Popped up. Foul to the seats. Cole Sands now warms in the Twins pen. Tied him up. Fastball running in, strike 3.
Well, Nicholas can definitely light it up as far as the fastball is concerned. That's not a pitch that Buxton has been hitting well as of late, that fastball with upper 90s velocity.
Wide to Martin, who has walked, reach on error, scored a couple of times. Not only have the Reds not known a lead in the game, they have trailed most of the game. Twins played 2 in the bottom of the first. Reds just forged their first tie. Up and in. Two one. Lost the bat. It's got to be an uncomfortable AB right now. You know, the last sequence that I can recall in any way similar to this is probably the Ricky Karcher game.
Oh, trying not to remember that game.
That was right in the midst of the 12-game win streak when he was far more wild than Nicholas.
Oh, yeah.
Kirk Casale was doing cartwheels behind the plate to corral the baseball. He's got 2 strikes. Struck him out. Back-to-back Ks for Nicholas.
Well, from what we saw early from Nicholas to what we're seeing today as far as that breaking ball is concerned, it appears that Derek Johnson and his staff have been working on that breaking ball a bit with young Kyle Nicholas. It is much better, much more spin. Now, definitely still has some work to do, but there were a couple of good pitches there to Austin Martin.
First plate appearance for Cody Clemens. He had come on defensively for Josh Bell. Buck 52 this year, lifetime 204 bat. Tigers, Phillies, now the Twins. Bails out on a strike. Son of the Rocket rips on a slider. I would assume forced by availability, but this is an inning of opportunity for Kyle Nicholas. His biggest outing as a Red, trying to keep it tied against the top of the order.
It's also a huge inning of building confidence for one Kyle Nicholas. What a baby.
Struck them all out. 1, 2, 3, all by way of K.
Times against live hitters, including spinning the ball on flat ground prior to he hitting the mound. It's that slider that's giving him problems with the blister, so continuing to progress.
Well, thank you, Jim. Hopefully sooner than later. See him back properly. We see a pinch hitter. New man on the mound is Cole Sands. Spencer Steer pinch hits for Ke'Bryan Hayes. Former Twins farmhand. First pitch, rope down the left field line. Foul. An ambush by Steer for strike 1. Steer, lifetime of .375 pinch hitter. First time he's done it this year. 0-2. No doubles at third from Gray. 0-2. Rolled left side on the backhand, lost off the glove by Brooks Lee. Steers aboard. The go-ahead run is on to begin the inning.
I think we're about to have a bunt.
The Reds' best bunter, TJ Friedel, is due up. Scored a base hit for Steer.
But it was a breaking ball strike. He hit it sharply.
Friedel, a talented bunter. Clemens holds on Steer. Gray crashes at third. The bunt, drop down foul. Friedel among the best bunters for a hit. Does have 15 career sacrifices, one this year that came only a few days ago. His 11 bunt hits led the majors last year. Tony Santillan is up in the Reds pen. Bunt dropped out, good one. Throw to first, a little offline, out. Just able to stretch back and stay on that bag. The covering Keishel from second. Steer to second base.
It worked out well to have your best bunter at the plate with an opportunity to make a sacrifice bunt and move the runner into scoring position.
So now Dane Myers. Reds 2 for 8 with men in scoring position today. First pitch, chip to center. Kreidler can't get there. Steer around third. He rips home, and the Reds take their first lead of the game. It's 5-4 Cincinnati in the ninth.
Yeah, that is some unbelievable manufacturing of a run. An infield hit by Steer, a bunt by Friedel, and then a little jam shot single by a guy that came off the bench to pinch hit earlier in Dane Myers.
Now can they add on? Myers has the Reds ahead. Ellie De La Cruz. First pitch ball.
You know, we talked about this, John, when we began this series. Starting pitchers, you're just trying to get them out of the ball game and have an opportunity to aim at this Minnesota Twin bullpen.
Pop by De La Cruz. Shallow left. Outman off balance has it. Brief word now from Big Sandy Superstore.
You'll find the best selection of the top brands at the guaranteed lowest price. Big Sandy Superstore in Fairfield and the Kenwood Shopping Center.
Sal Stewart. Base hit, a walk, a run scored. A yank pitch way wide. Stewart drilled a line drive out to deep right that took Austin Martin into the wall at the close of the seventh.
And Martin was fortunate to catch that ball because he hit the wall first and his glove came back towards the field of play, and the ball just happened to go in it. A lot of times you slap that ball straight into the ground.
Down and away. These close call Reds have walked the tightrope often without a net and have come away clean.
Well, the part of winning these types of ball games, and the Reds are 9-0 with 2 runs or less, 5-0 with 1. If you can win these games early, it makes you never give up.
Outman again a little off balance, does have it. The Reds take the lead. 3 unanswered runs, and Dane Myers propels Cincinnati to its first lead. Can Tony Santillan?
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Cincinnati Reds and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Cincinnati Reds.
Toyota game summary. Andrew Abbott fought through 4 2/3, 3 earnings. Taj Bradley only a couple of runs in 6 frames. Another multi-hit showing for Gino Suarez. These Reds have been clutch. Tony Santillan trying to preserve a 1-run lead. Pumps a strike.
There are teams that figure out a way to win these types of ball games, And there are also teams that figure out a way to lose these types of ball games. And once you begin to win them, you have that kind of thought in the back of your head, we're going to win this game, and you stay positive throughout the entire affair. Early last year for this ball club, the Cincinnati Reds, they were the latter. They figured out a way to lose these types of ball games. This year, they have changed the mantra.
Steer stays in at first. Stewart plays third and guards the line. Popped up. It's Steer. Ball to 5-you. Hines makes the call. The shallow green grass, one down.
That's why you just keep calling, keep calling, keep calling, keep calling, because the crowd is into it. It gets louder. You're not really sure. Do I really hear him? That's why when you get close, that's when you're really screaming. And then you stay away from a collision.
Luke Keyshaw, RBI hit, a double, a steal today. First pitch miss. The Reds' lone lead came at the top of this ninth. Twins have 5 blown lead losses this year. Matt Wallner is on deck. He is poised to pinch hit for Outman.
He's challenging that one.
ABS powered by T-Mobile.
Pitch is called a strike. The hitter is challenging. Has no challenges remaining.
Struck him out. Little Sadian strut after that came.
Confidence is a beautiful thing. After that challenge on the inside part of the plate, I'm sure Santillan knew that it was a strike. Thought, well, he must not see the ball in there real well. I'll get it in there where he can really see it.
So the pinch hitter will be Matt Wallner, who was 0 for 3 last night, hit by pitch. He has the most strikeouts in the majors entering play today. Both teams have used their entire bench save for their backup backstop. Ball 1.
Pitch is called a ball. Catcher is challenging.
ABS powered by T-Mobile. Ball.
Look at
Call
this.
confirmed. Cincinnati has 1 challenge remaining.
How good has the Reds bullpen been? In any game they've held a lead this year, they're 12-1. They have made leads stand up. Strike 1.
And the only way that you can do that, John, is you've got to have a collective group. All 5, 6, 7 guys that are out there, they've got to be able to pitch in certain spots, in pressure spots. Otherwise, those numbers don't happen. I mean, what do you see today? You've got Tony Santillan finishing the ball game. There was no Ashcraft today. There was no Emilio Pagan today.
The Reds have not often gotten off to strong starts through the years. 1-2. Struck him out. The Reds are 13-8 for the first time in 2 decades. They continue to occupy first place. Their lone lead comes in the 9th, and Santillan stands it up. They take it 5-4.
Tell you, this game today was a major gut check. The Reds were behind from the get-go. 2 runs early in this ball game. Yeah, it didn't look real good as the game progressed, and the Reds continued to battle. They put traffic on the base pass every single inning after the first, and they kept the pressure on this Minnesota Twins bullpen and finally broke through.
10-0 in games decided by 2 or less. They are 5-0 in one-run games. They have another series win. They can bid for a sweep tomorrow.